Okay. Let's see, we're picking up where we left off. So we got through these systems in the hyper asset, and now we're in the map equipment. Figured I'd go down. I'm really interested in the interaction system that they have. But we'll go down the line. Let's just see how it looks. He still has a teleport over here. Goes to the same thing, what to add to the project settings if you want to integrate this, what components to add to your character. Let's do his movements. At the core in the system is handling equipment. This means there are no equipment actions included. And these are the equipment actions. Equip, unequip. However, most items use the latent equip function. Over time, the weapon is only attached when it has reached a certain point in the montage. The notify action, but also finish. Similar to most equipment, you have a montage that happens where the item is picked up and then finally where it's drawn or whatever. Notifies direct equipment. Okay, he has notify set up in here. Change some visibility. Oh, okay. Like if you wear body armor, you'll be able to switch out those meshes. That's part of the reason why he doesn't use the third-person controller the way the default one. Yep, there goes the nodes that he set up. Yeah. Remember I was telling you that in the previous video that the animations and the mounts for the equipment are not correct? Because he hasn't, like, tweaked them. He just basically throws them out of socket. Here he's gonna... Equip this. No reload input and fire logic. Well, it gave me no gun though. You need to restart to clear the inventory? What? He's just giving you a bunch of equipment to equip. Each one with a different socket. Alright. I think that's it. It's just a bunch of equipment out there. Notes. Arms have different idle animations, different socket. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, of course. You're not gonna hold it like a sword. No. Finishes ball. Oh. So when you get this, you can't equip it because you don't have authority. Now that I have a sword, I could go and equip the shield. Kind of cool. Shield mesh is not the same. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely little bugs in the game. Oh, I'm saying that gender based. Alright. That was a pretty simple map that we went through. Farming. Load up the next one, see how he's doing. Let's see. One is farming. Look at this one. Again, he's going through what you need to add to the project and then to the character. This one has obviously interact as a component. At farming advance, extended movement basic. Maybe that has to do with the fact that when you build stuff, you have to actually have like a ghost of whatever it is. Oh no, this is the farming one. I don't know why you would have extended movement basic. I don't know what that is. Building system basic. There must be some building aspect to it when you farm. We'll see. Seeds. You can double click on the seeds in the inventory to start placement. Oh, that's how you do it. Double click on it, and then you can place it somewhere. Ah. How do you get out? Okay. Fertilizer, click this and press left. Oh, there we go. Fertilize it. Water it in. Oh. And this and press secure the plant. Now secure. Water. Center range. Turn on and off the sprinkler. Don't get enough water now. Soil you can put on oil and that's already depends on the season. in decay? Oh. So he has a data-driven table for when the plants can live, die, what they are, what kind of icon they're using, what they yield. Oh. There's farming tools. Pick them up. You know, different vegetations and items. Looks at different growing stages. Grow. But, you know, I don't think I'm gonna use this in my game. If I a sci-fi game, I mean, yeah. Even though I'm in the part where I'm building colonies and stuff in my game, we don't harvest, or I don't have a game loop that requires harvesting like this. There's mining and there's agriculture in the sense that you have to build the research to do it, but there's no actual running out and actually having a farm. So I don't know how useful this is going to be for my game. Footstep system. So this one, obviously, it's probably going to have sand and water. Oh, this one's fast map to load up. Oh, it's basically just the floor map. Again, it goes through what you need to add. Surface types, wood, cloth. Right. Advanced footsteps. Let's put flashes together with the original sounds. This can be triggered when it's wet. When volume can be set. Okay, weather system can be used for making descriptions. Same. Walk by the grass track to get the sound change. So he created his own landscape format. The thing about this is that I already have this implemented in my game, and I have a lot more. The textures and everything are a lot better than this one. These are very simple. Whereas I integrated with Brushify, and Brushify, that asset is so beautiful compared to the meshes that are in this one. If I were using the harvesting, that would be a problem because then I'd have to probably convert what he's done here and replace the textures and stuff. But since I'm not going to use this harvesting or anything, I think I'm going to use this either. Interaction. This one I'm interested in. Yeah. What projects, what to add, interact, class. Obviously, you want to put in the classes that he wants, and then push. This is step on one's violent. Switching your boxes. This is how I usually do it. Oh, hold it down. Oh, you gotta hold it down and move with your mouse. So he doesn't really go into how to do the blueprinting. He just gives you an interface that you can use in order to call uh, and build the functions for your functionality. And he's showing a bunch of different ways of doing it. So it's a very simple interact. So like the holding one is very simple. The one that I have, when you hit it, there's a timer that goes through. And then some of the interactions you can actually have to press E multiple times, like quick triggers. So there's more options with the interactions that I have. I might not use this either. Interactive foliage. I'm not going to use this because I'm using Brushify and it already comes with interactables. It's basically when you walk through the meshes, it should move with the wind and move with your feet. Again, he's adding in UI. He's got his components, character movements. Doesn't even move. Pickups. Okay. Oh, that's what it means by you interact with it. I thought he was talking about interacting, like moving through the. This is like harvesting for the stuff. I thought he was talking about like when you go through the grass, it moves. He's talking about interacting with the actual. App. This one is inventory. So there's a bug in the inventory system that I've seen so far, where when you pick up ammo and you use the ammo, um, you can't get rid of the ammo, and you can't drop the ammo in certain times. So these are vendors. Interesting. He's got the highlight. That's kind of nice. So he's integrating the inventory with purchasing and with crafting. Project settings again. Additional project settings. Add components to your character. This is a long map. Inventory options. So this is like just a locker that you'd have at your base to put your stuff away. Loot chests, different sizes, and pull it from a loot table, probably. Yeah, they got different stuff in it. Finishing. It's possible to assign starting items. Lot systems. Okay. Vendor logic. An inventory can be turned into a vendor by adding the vendor an item allocator component and setting the inventory type to vendor. Vendor is located trade list, which can use categories to spawn items. Huh. Dig into that one. Well, these are items that get old over time, like food. Beef. Inventory types. This is nice. So my game right now doesn't have crafting, but it has building. So you can mine materials and turn them into things that you use to build the colonies and stuff like that, or buildings. I don't have cooking in my game either. Great compost, yeah, I don't need that. That's to drink and stuff. The forge thing. I don't have forging either, but one of the classes that you can pick in my sci-fi game is engineer, and they can repair things, not craft things. And these are more vendors. Holy cow, this is a long map. Yeah, a lot of different types of vendors here. The trace that he has must be really small because you have to kind of be on the character. These are building components. Got a slew of items in these demos. Let's get going. Pick up and data table. Yep, he loves his data tables. Huh. With the blue theme, you'll easily change your UI, fonts, outliners, charters. Okay. Yeah, this is a good survival theme, but if I'm going to be building different type of game, it would be good to switch that out easily. It looks like he probably has a template. I don't think it's using regularly. Well, it might be using common UI. I don't know. Let's go this way. Resource pack. Who's lots of assets in this game. That's why it's 27 gig. It's huge. This material stuff might be nice to have. I'm not gonna use any of this really. Like milk and shovels and all that stuff. More medieval type of game that this is from. Mm, yeah, the bookshelves and everything. Alright. Item out here. Or is it just a component? Emotion. This is just a it's just the blueprinting components for this. Mineable rock. So currently I have a laser that does this. In my game. Yeah. There's a short map. Good. Yeah, just simple. I mean, damageable. This makes so easy to set up and more predictable, less effects. Chaos. Oh, he's got chaos rocks in here? Wow. Yeah, see how the texture is loading super fast because it knows it's just creating the explosion, and those are predetermined at rocks that are going to pop out. Whereas this one, it's deforming it and it's breaking apart and shattering it. So it doesn't know which pieces are going to happen at the time it does it. So here. So that's the main map. This is the outliner. That's when you target something and it puts a little glow around it. Yeah, stencil. Going to the character. Put up stencil. You can see behind the rock. You did a scan. Alright, this was a quick map. Ragdoll? Built a map on Ragdoll? Everybody knows what Ragdoll. What exactly did he add to Ragdoll? Advanced input. Okay. Current scout mesh. Current animation blueprint. Animation. Ready for use. Yeah, everybody wants these ragdolls, but I never liked them. The way that they just fall over like that. Real animal. No logic in you. We forgot to move it when he built the map. Replication system? That's probably just for networking. But So in the in the game, or he designed networking to be peer to peer. So it's a server client. So one of these would have to be running in the cloud, and then the rest of them would connect to it. Resource pack. These are all the. This is probably the biggest part of the whole asset. This has all of the pieces, the meshes and everything else like that. Respawn, swimming, tree cutting, UI, vendor. Vendor nothing. All right, well, it's a huge asset. I think the first time I went through it, I did an hour and I only went through a quarter of it. And this one, what am I at? I'm at 30 minutes, and the remaining one were mostly components in the meshes. This asset is huge. There's some bugs with it, but probably it's definitely more stable and has more features than RPG Engine that I reviewed earlier this week. Um, there's two more assets that I'm going to go through tomorrow. Just because right now I'm at a point where I want to redo the character controller and all the character creation of my game to get it ready for 5.6. So it uses mutable and metahumans more. Right now I'm just using static meshes. Uh, this this group that's making this, I think it's one guy. He's also doing like portions of static meshes for the character. But in the forums, in the Discord, I saw several people talk about integrating metahumans with it. So I know that it's possible. And they're about to do version 3 of this asset. So that tells me that a lot of what I'm reviewing right now might actually change, depending on how far he's got with updating each of these systems. So hopefully in the next week or two, he'll do that and I can revisit this asset. It looks very promising. Um, Based on the Discord and based on his dev logs that he's making. So definitely keep an eye on this one. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna call it a night and be back tomorrow and check out the other two assets that I wanted to review. Um, yeah.